Beloved one, stop scrolling for a moment and listen closely. There is a message moving toward you right now, a message that has been fighting through spiritual interference, through distractions, through heaviness, through confusion, just to reach you at this exact moment. It is no accident that you're here. It is no coincidence that these words have found you. Heaven has aligned this encounter, because Archangel Michael has stepped forward with urgency, intensity, and divine authority. This message concerns the place where you sleep, the place where you rest, the place where you keep your dreams, your peace, and your existence. The house you live in. Something is shifting. Something is shaking. Something is stirring in the spiritual realm, and the angels of God are pushing you to pay attention. Not to fear, but to prepare. Not to panic, but to align. Not to run, but to stand firm with divine protection surrounding you. Archangel Michael says that the house you live in has been the center of unseen battles. You have felt strange heaviness at night. You have sensed tension in certain rooms. You have noticed sudden arguments, sudden irritations, sudden emotional turbulence without clear reason. You have observed spiritual pressure that doesn't make sense in the natural world. This message is not here to scare you, it is here to awaken you. Because heaven never warns without also providing protection. You have been chosen to hear this message because you are covered. You are being guarded. You are being lifted. But now, Archangel Michael is saying, it is time to clear out what has been trying to invade your peace. Very soon, there will be a serious incident, not necessarily physical, but spiritual, that will try to shake the foundation of your peace. And this message arrives before it happens because God wants you prepared, protected, and empowered. Where you live carries spiritual weight. Every wall has heard your prayers. Every corner has absorbed your tears. Every room has stored both your breakthroughs and your battles. Your house is not just a building. It is a spiritual territory. And Archangel Michael has noticed that something has been attempting to walk into that territory unwelcome. For too long, you have been ignoring signs that were planted to alert you. Random chills. Sudden anxiety at night. Restless sleep. Waking up at specific hours. Feeling watched even when alone. A shift in the atmosphere that comes and goes without reason. These are not coincidences. These are signals. But hear this clearly, you are not in danger. You are being warned so that you can stand in authority. You are protected, but you must participate in your own covering. Heaven is asking you to spiritually secure your home, because something is coming, but God refuses to let it touch you unprepared. Archangel Michael says, cleanse the atmosphere. Pray over the doorway. Speak life into the rooms. Declare peace in every corner. Because this incident, this spiritual disturbance, is only coming to test the strength of your faith, not to destroy you. It is coming to shake what is weak, not what is protected. And what is protected, is you. Archangel Michael shows that someone has been thinking harmful thoughts toward you, jealousy, envy, or resentment. Someone spoke something against your peace out of bitterness, anger, or insecurity. And that intention, that negative energy, tried to enter your home. But heaven intercepted it. The attack stopped before it could reach you. But residue still tries to linger around the atmosphere. This is why your mood suddenly shifts. This is why you sometimes wake up tired even after resting. This is why you feel drained in your own space. But this ends now. A powerful cleansing is about to take place in your home. A divine restructuring is coming. God is going to restore your peace, revive your joy, and renew the spiritual purity of your living space. But you must be aware. You must stay prayerful. You must stand tall. You may notice in the coming days that something unusual happens. A sudden argument might break out. An unexpected visitor may bring chaos. A device in your home may malfunction without explanation. A misunderstanding may appear from nowhere. But hear this: this is the incident that heaven is warning you about, not to scare you, but to empower you. Your authority matters. Your words matter. Your prayers matter. You can shut down anything that tries to shake your home. You are being called to a moment of spiritual responsibility. There is an anointing entering your house. An unseen angelic presence will begin to fill your rooms. You might feel warmth. You might feel calm. You might feel a shift in the air. Archangel Michael stands at your door, shield lifted, sword drawn, declaring, "Nothing unclean, nothing destructive, nothing harmful shall enter this home." You must simply agree with heaven. You will see peace return. You will feel clarity increase. You will sense that something heavy has left. Your dreams will become more peaceful. Your sleep will feel more restorative. Your atmosphere will lighten. And soon, the house you live in will feel like a sanctuary again, not a battlefield. You were guided here to receive instruction, not intimidation. So take this message to heart. Speak protection daily. Honor your home with prayer. Invite God's presence into every room. Stand firm with Archangel Michael by your side. And know, you are shielded, guarded, and divinely defended. If this message reached you at the exact right moment, if it touched something in your spirit, if you feel this was meant for you, then do not leave without doing this one thing: bless your home with your voice today. Speak life over it. And if you want more messages that guide, uplift, and protect your spirit, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to this channel so you never miss a divine message sent to strengthen your life. Archangel Michael is with you. Your home is covered. Your spirit is protected. And your future is safe in the hands of God. Type Amen and subscribe if you believe in God. There are moments in your life when heaven interrupts your routine. Moments when God steps into your timeline and shifts your attention because something in the spiritual realm is moving in your direction. And right now, this is one of those moments. This message did not come to you casually. It did not appear on your screen by accident. It was sent, carried, and delivered with divine precision. Archangel Michael himself has pressed urgency into this moment. Heaven says you have been living inside a spiritual atmosphere that has been slowly shifting around you. The place you call home has been absorbing emotions, vibrations, and energies that you may not fully understand. But you have felt it. Sometimes in subtle ways. Sometimes in overwhelming waves that you couldn't explain. The heaviness that forms out of nowhere. The sudden tension in the air. The arguments that erupt from small things. The restless sleep. The strange silence that feels too loud. The sudden anxiety that rises even when nothing has changed externally. You've brushed these signs aside, telling yourself it's stress, or fatigue, or just a bad day. But heaven says those signs were whispers. Early warnings. Gentle nudges to show you that something unseen has been knocking at your atmosphere. This message comes today because the knocking is no longer gentle. Your house has become the center of a spiritual conversation. Forces of light have been standing guard, holding back energies that do not belong to you. Heaven has been shielding you from things that try to enter. But now, Archangel Michael says the time for subtlety is over. You are being awakened because what is happening around your home cannot be ignored any longer. What you are feeling is not random. What you are experiencing is not imagination. You are spiritually sensitive, and your home is a spiritual territory. It has absorbed your prayers, your tears, your breakthroughs, and your battles. It has witnessed both the moments you stood strong and the moments you felt broken. And because of this, your home carries spiritual depth. But where there is spiritual depth, spiritual activity is drawn. Right now, heaven is revealing that something has tried to step into your space. Not physically, but spiritually. A wave of negative intention. A residue of jealousy. A shadow of conflict. It came from someone connected to you, someone whose heart is struggling, someone whose thoughts have been weighed down by envy or bitterness. This energy did not originate inside your home. It tried to enter from outside. It tried to cling to your walls, your atmosphere, your peace. It tried to disturb your rest, confuse your emotions, and weaken your focus. But it could not find full access, not because you were aware of it, but because heaven blocked it. Archangel Michael shielded your home the moment the disturbance began. Yet even when an attack is blocked, the residue can linger. That residue is what you've been sensing. A feeling that the air became heavier. A sudden drop in motivation. A silence that feels unnatural. A tension that rises without cause. The sense that something is off. This message is coming because heaven wants you fully aware, fully prepared, and fully empowered. You are not to fear. You are not to panic. You are not to imagine worst-case scenarios. This is not a message of destruction, it is a message of protection. You are being informed so you can take authority over your space. Archangel Michael says your home is about to undergo a spiritual cleansing. A shift. A renewal. But before the cleansing starts, you need to understand that the atmosphere of your home holds history. It remembers the moments you cried, the nights you prayed, the days you felt lost, the breakthroughs you received, the pain you carried, and the strength you rebuilt. This is why the enemy tries to attack at the place where you live. Because your home is not just a building, it is your sanctuary. It is your foundation. It is where your spirit rests and resets. If the enemy can disturb your home, he can disturb your mind. If he can shake your atmosphere, he can distract your purpose. If he can drain your peace within your walls, he can weaken your strength outside your walls. But that will not happen. Because heaven is helping you secure what belongs to you. This is why you have been guided to this message, to learn how to take back authority over your space, over your peace, and over your atmosphere. You have the power to shift your home into alignment with God's presence. You have the power to speak peace into every room. You have the power to declare cleansing, light, and protection over your territory. Archangel Michael says that the first step is awareness. Before anything is cleansed, it is revealed. And right now, the truth is being shown. Something tried to disturb your home, but heaven blocked it. Something tried to shift your atmosphere, but it failed. Something tried to drain your energy, but divine intervention stepped in before it touched you. Your awareness is your new shield. Now you will begin to see things clearly, why certain arguments happened unexpectedly, why your mood shifted suddenly, why sleep became restless, why you felt watched even when alone. These were not coincidences. They were shadows trying to enter a place that God has already claimed as protected. The air will begin to change around you. The heaviness will begin to lift. Peace will start returning. But heaven needs you awake, not unaware. Alert, not anxious. Ready, not fearful. Because the next phase of this message will show you how heaven plans to cleanse, restore, and fortify your home. As heaven continues to reveal the truth to you, Archangel Michael steps closer with a message that carries both warning and comfort. He wants you to understand what has been moving around your home, not to frighten you, but to prepare you. There is nothing more dangerous than ignoring a spiritual disturbance. And nothing more powerful than becoming aware of it. This part of the message goes deeper into what has been happening in your atmosphere, and why heaven has been urgently trying to get your attention. There has been a spiritual agitation around the home you live in. Something has been shifting in the unseen realm, moving through emotional cracks, lingering in the silence, watching for opportunities to enter. This disturbance is not a ghost, not a spirit of death, not a catastrophic event waiting to strike your house physically. It is a wave of spiritual interference, born from human intention, emotional darkness, resentment, and unspoken negativity. Someone in your environment, someone connected to you, someone who once smiled at you or spoke kindly to you, has allowed bitterness to grow in their spirit. Their jealousy, their frustration, their quiet anger has spilled over, without them even realizing it. That energy tried to attach itself to your peace. It tried to seep into your home, the place where you breathe, where you heal, where you find rest. But Archangel Michael blocked it. Still, even blocked energy can leave a shadow. And that shadow tried to cling to your atmosphere. Heaven does not want you to live unaware of what tried to come near you. Awareness gives you authority. Awareness teaches you to guard your space intentionally, not passively. You may have noticed strange emotional patterns in your home. A sudden heaviness when you entered a particular room. A sense of uneasiness that came without reason. A wave of sadness in the middle of a good day. Thoughts that did not feel like yours. A feeling that someone was spiritually tugging at you, draining your peace, pulling at your energy. You may have wondered why these things were happening. You may have blamed yourself. You may have thought you were overthinking. You may have believed it was stress or exhaustion. But heaven says, no, it was spiritual interference. Your home has spiritual doors, doorways of emotion, memories, and atmosphere. These doors open through vulnerability, through distraction, through unresolved tension. And something tried to step through those emotional openings. It came during the times you were overwhelmed, the moments you felt tired, the hours you felt discouraged. That's when the enemy tries to slip in, when your spiritual defenses feel lower. But God did not let that happen. Archangel Michael says you have been protected even when you did not pray. Guarded even when you felt weak. Defended even when you didn't realize an attack was forming. But the reason heaven is warning you now is because a spiritual incident is approaching, not an event to harm you, but a disruption meant to test you. Something will try to rise, stir, or break the peace in your home. It may come as a sudden argument. A misunderstanding. An unexpected emotional outburst. A moment of tension between family members. A feeling of intense pressure out of nowhere. This is what heaven calls the incident. But listen carefully, it is not coming to destroy, it is coming to expose. To reveal what has been hiding. To pull darkness out into the open so it can be defeated. Archangel Michael wants you to be ready so that when this moment arrives, you do not react in fear or panic. Instead, you respond with authority. You speak with strength. You stand in spiritual confidence. Because here is the truth, what you are about to face is something you will conquer. It will not overtake you. It will not linger. It will not grow stronger. It will dissolve the moment you stand firm. Archangel Michael says the spiritual atmosphere is shifting because your home is being prepared for cleansing. Old energies are being pushed out. Old tensions are being broken. Old heaviness is being uprooted. The light of God is moving through your walls, preparing every room for restoration. But cleansing always exposes what must be removed. This is why heaven is teaching you to notice what is happening. Your home has been carrying burdens it was never meant to hold. Silent emotional battles. Tears soaked into pillows. Stress resting in corners. Memories that cling to the atmosphere. Arguments that leave residue in the air. Your home is not just a place, it is a container. And some of what it has contained needs to be released. The enemy tried to take advantage of these emotional residues, using them as access points. But now, heaven is clearing them out. A spiritual resetting is underway. You may feel a shift soon. A sudden desire to clean. A feeling of wanting to rearrange your space. An urge to open windows and let fresh air in. A pull to pray over your rooms. A sudden burst of clarity about things that confused you before. These impulses are not random, they are divine guidance. Heaven is aligning you with the cleansing that is about to happen within your walls. Do not ignore these spiritual instincts. Archangel Michael says your home is about to become lighter. Brighter. More peaceful. More spiritually stable. But this process begins with understanding what was trying to enter and why heaven rushed to stop it. You may have felt alone in your home, but you were never alone. Angels have been walking your hallways. Peace has been guarding your doorway. Light has been standing between you and every dark intention. And now is the moment where heaven says, prepare yourself. Strengthen your home. Stand with authority. Because the incident is not coming to shake you, it is coming to place you in spiritual command. It is coming to teach you that your home listens to your voice, your prayers, your declarations. You are the spiritual gatekeeper of your house, and heaven wants you to rise into that position. Your home will not be touched by destruction. Your peace will not be taken. Your atmosphere will not be overrun. But you must stand alert and awakened. And as this cleansing begins, Archangel Michael is already positioning himself at your door. Archangel Michael now shifts the message into a deeper realm, a place where your understanding meets revelation. He wants you to see what has been happening behind the scenes, because knowledge is power, and awareness is spiritual armor. You have been sensing a pressure, a weight, a disturbance that you couldn't fully explain. Sometimes it felt like emotional chaos. Sometimes it felt like confusion in your mind. Sometimes it felt like your peace was slipping through your fingers. But heaven says none of these feelings were random. They were reactions to a spiritual push, a force trying to enter the space where you live. The enemy does not always attack with noise. Sometimes he attacks with silence. He creeps into atmospheres. He influences moods. He whispers lies. He stirs tension. And if you don't recognize the pattern, you begin to blame yourself, your family, your circumstances. But the truth is far deeper than what meets the eye. There has been a presence hovering near your home, not a ghost, not a demon invading your walls, but a spiritual pressure created by human emotion. Someone who carries unresolved darkness released something through their thoughts and words, and that energy searched for a place to land. It recognized your light. It recognized your progress. It recognized your calling. And it tried to find access through the thin openings of emotional vulnerability. This is why your sleep was restless. This is why you felt certain rooms in your home drain you. This is why your spirit felt heavy even when your mind was trying to stay positive. These were not coincidences, they were spiritual indicators. Archangel Michael says, "My child, I stepped in the moment something tried to step toward you." But he also wants you to understand that spiritual warfare is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it hides in the things you dismiss. A sigh of frustration. A sudden headache. A chill in the air. A shift in your mood. A strange dream. A moment of emotional turbulence that seems to come from nowhere. These are not attacks by themselves, they are signs that something unseen has brushed against your atmosphere. You might have noticed patterns recently. Arguments rising out of nowhere. Miscommunications that turn into conflict. A peaceful day suddenly turning chaotic without explanation. Technology malfunctioning in your home. Lights flickering. Sudden fatigue that hits you in the middle of the day. Feeling the need to be alone, but not knowing why. These are not random events, they are manifestations of spiritual agitation. But here's the truth, nothing has been able to fully enter your home. Nothing has been able to attach itself to you. Nothing has been permitted to cross the boundary of divine protection surrounding your house. Because Archangel Michael has been standing at your door, sword drawn, ready to defend what belongs to God. You have been protected from dangers you didn't even know existed. But now, the reason this message has reached you is because heaven wants you to rise into awareness. You must understand that your home is not just a structure, it is a spiritual environment. Everything that happens in it matters. Every word spoken in it leaves an imprint. Every emotion releases energy. Every prayer strengthens the walls. And the enemy knows this. That's why he targeted your home, not with physical attack, but with spiritual turbulence. He wanted to disturb your peace so that you would lose focus. He wanted to create confusion in your home so that your spirit would weaken. He wanted to disrupt your atmosphere so that you would stop praying, stop believing, stop trusting your inner intuition. But heaven says the enemy failed. You are still standing. Your spirit is still searching for truth. Your heart is still drawn toward God. Your discernment is waking up. The enemy's interference only pushed you closer to divine protection. And now, Archangel Michael is revealing something important. The incident that is coming is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to expose what has been hidden. Something may arise soon that feels unexpected. A sudden argument. A misunderstanding. An emotional outburst. A moment of deep feeling. But this moment is not an attack, it is a revelation. It is exposing the final residue of what tried to attach itself to your home. Once revealed, it will be cleansed. Once seen, it will lose power. Archangel Michael says, do not fear what is coming. Stand in authority. Your voice carries divine strength. Your words will shift the atmosphere. Your prayer will silence the turbulence. Your presence will command peace. You are stronger than the darkness that tried to enter. You are more powerful than the energy sent toward your home. You carry a spiritual anointing that breaks heaviness with a single declaration. The reason heaven is warning you now is not because something dangerous is coming, but because you are being prepared to step into your spiritual authority. You are not weak. You are not unprotected. You are not outnumbered. Your home is surrounded by angels. Your walls are guarded by light. Your rooms are watched over by divine presence. Something tried to disturb your atmosphere, but God refused to let it succeed. Now the final step is to awaken your awareness so that you can stand in the authority heaven has already given you. This is why Archangel Michael has stepped forward. This is why this message found you. This is why your spirit feels stirred. Because the next part of the journey is about cleansing, restoration, and complete spiritual renewal. The incident will not harm you, it will free you. The atmosphere begins to shift as Archangel Michael moves deeper into the message you are meant to hear. This part reaches into the foundation of your home, your spirit, and your emotional world. Heaven wants you to understand not only what has been happening around you, but why you have been chosen to receive this warning. There is something unique about you, something powerful that you may overlook because you are used to surviving, pushing through, and carrying responsibilities alone. But heaven sees the truth, you are spiritually sensitive. You pick up energies before others do. You sense changes before they manifest. You feel the spiritual climate of your environment even when you don't understand why. This sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a gift. The enemy tried to use it against you, but heaven is using it to awaken you. Your home has been whispering to your spirit. Every shift in the atmosphere, every moment of heaviness, every sudden emotion, it was your spirit detecting what your mind could not yet comprehend. You felt something coming. You sensed something changing. For days, maybe weeks, you've had a subtle knowing that something wasn't the same. This is why Archangel Michael says you must pay close attention to the movements inside your home. The next phase of your journey requires awareness. Not fear. Not anxiety. Not overthinking. But awareness. Your home tells a story. Every wall, every corner, every room holds memories, both good and painful. Some rooms have heard your strongest prayers. Some have absorbed your deepest tears. Some have witnessed breakthroughs. Others have witnessed spiritual battles you never spoke about. Heaven knows that the home you live in carries emotional history. And emotional history becomes spiritual atmosphere. This is why the enemy tried to disturb your peace through your home. Because your home is your sanctuary. It is your safe place. It is the one environment where you should breathe without fear and rest without anxiety. If the enemy can shake the atmosphere of your home, he can overwhelm your mind. And if he can overwhelm your mind, he can weaken your spirit. But Archangel Michael has already made it clear, the enemy failed. Still, heaven reveals that your home is preparing for a spiritual cleansing unlike anything you have experienced before. This cleansing will not require noise or chaos. It will not look strange or dramatic. It will feel natural, but powerful. It will feel like a wave of fresh air sweeping through every room. Before that cleansing takes place, something must be exposed. The incident that is coming is not danger, it is revelation. A brief shaking that will bring clarity. A spiritual moment that will make you aware of who sent the energy that tried to enter your atmosphere. You may suddenly notice certain behaviors in someone. You may see a shift in how a person speaks to you. A message may come through that feels strange. Someone may reveal jealousy, resentment, or hidden frustration. Not because they plan to, but because divine light exposes hidden darkness. The incident will reveal what heaven has already blocked. Your reaction in that moment matters. Archangel Michael instructs you, do not respond with anger, fear, or panic. Respond with calmness, discernment, and spiritual authority. This moment is not about confronting people, it is about recognizing what has been spiritually touching your atmosphere. Your home will react too. You may feel a sudden wave of heaviness in one room. A sharp tension in the air. A moment where your mind feels scattered. An unexpected emotional shift. A sense that something is trying to rise to the surface. This is not an attack, it is the residue coming up to be removed. Once it lifts, once it is exposed, once it rises, it will be cleared. Heaven wants you to understand something important. Your home is spiritually transitioning. It is not just being protected, it is being fortified. Every time you prayed in your home, even softly, even half asleep, even in tears, those prayers embedded themselves in the foundation of your walls. Your home has been marked by God. Your space carries divine fingerprints. Angels have passed through your hallways. Light has rested on your pillows. Peace has guarded your sleep even when you tossed and turned. This is why the enemy's interference could not remain. Light is too strong in your home for darkness to dwell. Now Archangel Michael shows you a vision, your home glowing faintly in the spiritual realm, like a structure surrounded by blue and white fire, the flames of divine protection. Anything that approaches your home must pass through that fire first. That is why what tried to enter burned out before it reached you. But fire purifies. Fire exposes. Fire brings clarity. And the fire surrounding your home is now preparing to burn away every residue that was left behind. This cleansing is going to release you emotionally. You will feel lighter. You will breathe differently. Your mind will settle. Your sleep will deepen. Your intuition will sharpen. You will feel your home becoming a refuge again, not a battlefield. Heaven says your home is about to become a place of peace so strong that anyone who enters it will feel the atmosphere shift. Guests will comment how light it feels. Family members will feel calmer. You will feel inspiration returning. You will feel your energy rising again. Even plants in your home, if you have them, will react to the new environment. Even the air will feel different, cleaner, clearer, softer. But before this transformation takes place, the final spiritual residue must rise. This is the incident. A moment that reveals what has been silently pressing against your atmosphere. It will be quick. It will be unexpected. It will be revealing. But it will not harm you. Archangel Michael says this moment is coming to test your spiritual maturity, not your strength, not your faith, not your stability. Your maturity. Do you react? Or do you discern? Do you panic? Or do you stand in authority? Do you fear? Or do you recognize the truth? Heaven is training you to be spiritually alert. You are being elevated from simply being protected to being a protector of your home. You are being taught to guard your atmosphere with wisdom, not fear. You are being guided into spiritual responsibility. And once this incident passes, once the residue lifts, once the atmosphere clears, your home will feel like a new place. You will feel like a new version of yourself living inside it. Heaven is preparing to restore your space after a season of silent spiritual pressure. This restoration will affect every area of your life, your relationships, your emotions, your clarity, your sleep, your peace, your finances, even your productivity. Because when the atmosphere of a home is healed, everything inside the home begins to thrive. Archangel Michael says you will not recognize your home after heaven is finished with it. The peace will be thick. The clarity will be sharp. The warmth will be comforting. The air will feel holy. Your spirit will feel safe. And your mind will find rest again. This is the promise of heaven. This is the assurance of divine protection. This is why you were brought to this message today. The cleansing is coming. The residue will be lifted. The incident will reveal what was hidden. Your home will be renewed. And you will stand stronger than ever. Listen closely now, because this is the part most people ignore. This is the part that separates those who hear from those who understand. This is the part that exposes what the enemy has been planning behind the scenes. And why heaven stepped in to alert you before it's too late. Archangel Michael is not speaking to you casually. He is not whispering this message out of routine. He is delivering this warning because something is shifting in the spirit realm. Something connected directly to the place where you sleep. The place where you rest. The place where you breathe. The place where your destiny is being shaped every single day. Your home. Because the enemy knows that if he can affect your home, he can affect your mind. If he can affect your mind, he can weaken your faith. And if your faith weakens, you become vulnerable to attacks you were meant to reject with one prayer. Heaven saw what the enemy began planning against you. Archangel Michael saw the spiritual disturbance hovering over your living space. And now he is standing between you and that danger. But he needs your permission. Your awareness. Your cooperation. Your attention. A serious incident, something that was meant to discourage you, distract you, or delay your purpose, was forming in the shadows of your environment. Something that would have drained you emotionally, spiritually, and even physically. Something that would have made you say, "God, why is this happening to me again?" But heaven spoke first. Heaven intervened before the enemy could plant his final seed. And heaven chose you, not someone else, not another house, not another family. You to receive this message. Because your home is more spiritually important than you realize. The walls around you hold the echoes of prayers you have prayed in your hardest seasons. The floor beneath your feet has carried you through nights you cried silently. The ceiling above your head has witnessed battles you didn't tell anyone about. Your home is not just a structure. It is a spiritual battlefield. And also a spiritual sanctuary. And right now, the enemy wants to shift that atmosphere. He wants to bring chaos where there was peace. Fear where there was faith. Confusion where there was clarity. Energy drain where there was spiritual strength. But Archangel Michael stands in front of you with his blazing sword, declaring that the enemy will not cross the threshold of your home. The enemy will not gain access to your spirit. And the enemy will not manipulate the atmosphere of the place God has protected. This warning is not to scare you. It is to prepare you. It is to awaken your spirit. It is to make you spiritually alert so you do not sleep through a moment that requires action. There are some things heaven will do for you automatically. But there are some things heaven invites you to participate in. Because what is coming is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to reveal the authority you carry. It is meant to show you how powerful your prayers actually are. It is meant to activate the spiritual strength you forgot you had. Archangel Michael sees the attack trying to rise. He sees the enemy attempting to create a disturbance. Whether through a person, a sudden conflict, an unexpected situation. or even spiritual heaviness that tries to enter your home quietly. But heaven is removing the enemy's access. Heaven is shutting the door he thought he could walk through. And heaven is empowering you to stand up in spiritual confidence and say, "My home belongs to God. My family is covered. My mind is guarded. My future is protected. No attack will enter this place." This is the reason the warning came so urgently. This is why you felt drawn to open this message. This is why something in your spirit refused to scroll past. This is why Archangel Michael is speaking with authority. Be alert. Be prayerful. Be wise. A shift is happening, but you will not be harmed. Because this warning is also a promise. What was meant to shake you will not break you. What was meant to disturb you will not touch you. What was meant to harm you will be pushed away. What was meant to enter your home will be stopped at the doorway. Heaven is surrounding you right now. You are not alone. You are not uncovered. You are not vulnerable. You are protected by the one who never loses a battle. And Archangel Michael is standing guard over your home. With strength, authority, and divine fire. Now listen, because this is the part people rarely understand. When heaven warns you, heaven also prepares you. A warning from Archangel Michael is never meant to create fear, it is meant to create alignment, activation, awakening, and spiritual covering. Right now, something sacred is being set into motion over your home. Something powerful. Something divine. Something the enemy cannot stop, reverse, delay, or interfere with. Heaven is about to cleanse your home spiritually. Heaven is about to shift the atmosphere in ways you will feel emotionally, mentally, and even physically. Heaven is about to expose any dark, negative, or unsettling influence that tried to hide in silence. Heaven is about to bring fresh peace, fresh clarity, fresh protection, and fresh strength inside your walls. You may begin to feel this shift in subtle ways. A heaviness lifting. A strange peace settling. A calmness at night that you haven't felt in months. Sudden clarity after long confusion. A release of tension in your chest. A lightness in your spirit. This is not your imagination. This is spiritual alignment. This is God reclaiming your atmosphere. This is Archangel Michael walking through every corner of your home with heavenly fire, removing what does not belong. The enemy wanted to disturb your environment. He wanted to bring unnecessary conflict. He wanted to influence someone around you to act strangely or to bring emotional exhaustion. He wanted to cause accidents, arguments, disruptions, confusion, or fear. But heaven saw it forming, and said, "No. Not this child. Not this house. Your home is receiving divine reinforcement right now. Angels are positioning themselves at your windows, your doors, your rooms, your surroundings. Your home is being sealed with protection you did not even know you needed. A spiritual shield is being placed over you and everyone who enters with good intentions. Every plan of the enemy is being stopped before it begins. Every spiritual disturbance is being silenced. Every negative presence is being pushed out. Every hidden agenda is being exposed. Every unseen threat is being neutralized by the fire of God. And because of this divine intervention, you are going to experience breakthrough in the same place where you once felt pressure. You are going to feel peace in the same place where you once felt restless. You are going to feel clarity in the same place where you once felt confused. You are going to feel strength in the same place where you once felt spiritually drained. This transformation is not random. It is intentional. It is precise. It is timely. It is heaven's answer to what was trying to rise against you. And Archangel Michael is declaring this over your home. You will not be harmed. You will not be shaken. You will not lose your peace. You will not be caught off guard. You are protected, sealed, and surrounded. The atmosphere in your home is changing, and it is changing in your favor. Now hear this clearly. Because this is the final part of the message, and it is the part that determines how fully you receive what heaven is offering. Archangel Michael is not telling you this so that you sit in fear. He is telling you this so you stand in authority. You must take one step of obedience, you must prepare your spirit. Not through fear. Not through panic. Not through overthinking. But through awareness, prayer, alignment, and declaration. You must declare that your home belongs to God. Say it aloud. Let your walls hear it. Let the atmosphere shift under the power of your words. You must pray over your home. Walk through it if you can. Speak peace into every room. Break every negative energy with the authority of heaven. Invite God's presence into your living space. And you must stay spiritually alert. Pay attention to your emotions. Pay attention to sudden heaviness. Pay attention to unusual conflicts. Pay attention to any moment your peace feels disturbed. These are not coincidences, they are signs that the enemy is attempting to push back. But you are stronger than that. More protected than you know. More covered than you realize. More surrounded than you can see. Your final instruction is simple. Stand firm. Do not fear. Do not ignore the message. Do not scroll past your protection. Because once you align yourself with heaven, once you bring awareness into your home, once you declare authority over every corner, the incident that was forming will pass by you. It will dissolve. It will break. It will disappear. It will lose power. It will lose access. It will lose the ability to touch your life. You will look back and say, I didn't even know how close the attack was, but God stopped it before it could reach me. This is why Archangel Michael brought the warning. Not to scare you, but to save you. To preserve your peace. To guard your home. To protect your destiny. You are chosen. You are covered. You are protected. You are surrounded by heaven. And no weapon, no matter how quietly it was planned, will prosper. Your home is safe. Your spirit is guarded. Your future is untouchable. And now, before the video ends, you can gently say, family, if this message touched your spirit, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps spread God's word to more people who need it. Stay blessed, stay protected, and stay aligned with heaven.